Let's talk about owning your own wins and the power of daily micro celebrations. So, today's mindset tip is simple, powerful, but it's often overlooked. It's all about celebrating your wins, especially the small ones, and why that is so important to do. So, we live in a world that only praises really big achievements. You're getting married, you've bought a house, you've got a job promotion, you've lost weight, you've smashed your goals, but actually the real transformation happens in this tiny, small daily choices that you make every day. And one of the ways that we can get caught up in a little bit of a negative mindset is by only looking for those big wins, because then we forget about those little wins that we do get every day. And then we end up thinking, oh, well, today's rubbish, I haven't achieved anything, because you're only looking for those big things. So think today, did you get a walk in today? Did you get a workout in? Did you drink more water than usual? Did you tick something off a list at work? Have you managed to get the washing on, get the kids to school? Have you had a nice coffee, had a nice dinner? Have you managed to pause and take a deep breath today? Sometimes even those really small things, even like making your bed in the morning and getting up and having a shower, they can be wins. Now, often people find it really hard to see these things as wins at first because they're so caught up on looking for the big things. But the more you start to look for those little things, the easier it does become. So start keeping track. So before you go to bed at night, I want you to write down 3 little micro wins from the day, or voice record them on your phone, whatever you prefer to do. Do it daily and you will slowly see over time your brain rewiring. Now, this is an actual thing. Your brain will rewire from looking at the small daily things, because every time you write those things down, your brain is playing it back all over again, and it's replaying that situation, which then means you get that extra hit of the serotonin, the dopamine, the endorphins that you got in that moment. So it's constantly topping up your good chemicals, and it's also rewiring your brain to be able to think about things in a particular way. All our brains work on what we call a negative bias, where we have to look out for the things that are going wrong, because that's how our brains had to work in primitive times in order to protect us. However, nowadays it's not helpful. So we need to rewire our brain to what we call the positive bias. Now, that doesn't mean we always feel happy and positive and look for those great things all the time and, life's amazing. It doesn't work like that. It just means that we build up those positive neural pathways in our brain to be able to cope and manage things better, and be more resilient and cope in a better way day to day. So when you celebrate the small wins, you build momentum in your brain, you build new pathways, and what you celebrate, you actually repeat and relive all over again in your brain. So start doing that from tonight for me. 3 things every day that you've achieved that have been good. Own it, smile about it, celebrate with someone, share it with someone, ask the kids what their little wins are, ask your partner, your family, and get into the habit of that. It's one of the most powerful things that can honestly rewire your brain and change your mindset.